Excuse me, sir. How you doing? My name is Devon. I'm a local artist. I would love to draw your portrait.
My portrait?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, we'll go inside. I own the gym.
All right, yeah, we go inside. What's your name and what's your biggest dream in life?
My name is Alex Rodriguez. You're sitting in my biggest dream. One of my biggest dreams was to own my own boxing gym.
What's the name of the boxing gym and how long you been here?
The name is The Last Round, and we've been open now in New York City for 3 years.
When did you start boxing?
I started boxing as a kid, like 9, 10 years old, out of a boys club of New York, downtown the Lower East Side. I grew up in the Lower East Side on 10th Street and Avenue D.
How was it growing up in the Lower East Side?
It was one of a kind. I loved it. It was a lot of culture. It was a tough time. It was definitely a poor community, but we had a lot of fun.
Who was one of the most influential people in your life?
My father, definitely one of the most influential people. Honestly, I want to say myself. I influenced a lot from a lot of failures and just kept going. Yeah, my father, my grandfather was another one. It's a big influence. Always instilled good practices, how to be a man, make your bed in the morning, things like that, that to this day I'm still using them and I teach my son that.
What are some of the failures that you had that you overcame in life?
Going to prison. I started going to jail when I was about 14. I went to Spofford. You know, from there it just progressed. I came home. I did a couple weeks, then a couple months, then it turned into 18 months, then it turned into 24 months. And in those times is where I lost a lot of opportunities. Like I said, I used to box for the boys club. I used to play baseball for them. Had opportunities to do schooling, and I just kept throwing it away. For a little while, I went the right way. I started working, doing right things, had kids, and then somehow I found myself back in the streets. And in that time, I wound up doing some stupid things that I wound up having to go do some time for. And I spent, you know, about 2 to 3 years in prison, Rikers Island, upstate. In that time, I learned a lot. I mean, I've never went back. It's been over 15 years.
What's like a jail experience that you had that really stood out to you?
I was considered a neutral. I wasn't part of any gangs or anything like that. So when I got to Spofford, there was one particular gang that pretty much ran the building. My first night there, I sat down and they were giving snacks out. I remember this, which was basically milk and a pack of hydroxyl cookies, which are bootleg Oreo cookies. The guy next to me literally looked at me and said, "You don't want that," and basically put his hand out for me to hand him my snacks. At that point, I made a decision because I had a lot of friends and family that have been in this situation and told me what I needed to do. And I basically handed my stuff to the guy, faked like I was turning around, and then basically I just turned back, hit the guy. I got a couple punches off. However, there was about 30 other gang members all around me, and that was a bad night. But I kept my cookies, and they never took my cookies again.
What's one message that you have for kids out there that grew up like you in the streets?
Don't stop, man. Even when you're at your darkest times and nothing seems like it's gonna work, and trust me, I know how that feels, but it's only up from there.
What's some of your favorite things about owning a boxing gym and like training people to fight?
The one thing that I really like about owning my boxing gym is that I give back to my community that I grew up in.
What message do you think the world needs to hear right now?
I think the world just needs to understand that with all the craziness that's going on, especially right now, it's more about loving themselves and understanding themselves, because the minute that they can love themselves and understand themselves, they can love and understand others.
All right, Alex, thank you for sharing your life with me. This is my interpretation of your life.
Really? Oh, damn.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. Check him out.
Yo, dope, brother. Thank you so much.
Come train with them.
Last round, you already know.